Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Sweet Hare Rama, Sweet Rama Rama, Hare come sit in a straight line. From here. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, people. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare
Good morning, how are you doing?
Hare, you know that. Hare Good morning, children. Thank you very much for coming to the Mandir, the Hindu temple. You're very welcome here. Who's been here before? Oh, you have. With your parents?
Yeah.
So thank you so much for coming. We really like to welcome you with warm hearts. And as you came in, you took your shoes off, you put them on the racks. Do you know why you did that? Yeah? Yes, that's good. It's respectful. What else? Why else? Yes. Excellent. That's a very good point. Anything else? Any other reasons? Why do we take our shoes off before coming to the temple? Yeah. Very good. That's very practical. I like that, yes. Because when we're outside, we're probably walking on all sorts of things. So we don't bring that here to the temple. In fact, even at home, we don't bring our shoes inside the living room. We leave them in the porch or somewhere where it's safe to keep them out of the house if possible. So, and when you came in, did anybody notice the bell? Bell there. Now, when devotees come to the temple, they normally ring the bell. We have to ring. And that is really to notify the Lord that we've come to pay our respects to you, and also to inform the devotees that we have come to honor you all. So now here you'll see many forms of the Lord. Now, did I come to your school recently? What did we talk? What did I talk about? Yes. Oh yes. So we talk about the celebration of Divan, which is a festival of. And I think I'm coming to talk about the festival of colors in this term, which is called Holy Welcome. So now, what did I tell you about what Hindus believe about God? How many gods are there?
One.
Well done. And how many names? Many. That's correct. So you know him as Christ or Allah. Hindus know that same God by different names. That's Krishna, Vishnu, Rama, so many names. And that one God can also expand himself. He can become many. We call them incarnations or avatars. So here you see many forms of God on our altar. It doesn't mean there are many gods. How many gods?
One.
But he can expand. Does anybody recognize anybody on the altar? Anybody recognize? Yes. Where's Krishna? Yes, this is Krishna. Krishna is described in our holy books, what he looks like, what is the color of his skin. We also understand that he loves playing the flute. He also wears a peacock on his head. So he's very, very distinguished in his features. Who's next to Krishna? Radha. Yeah, well done. Radha Krishna. So Krishna is the eternal constant. She's actually one and the same as God. She's God, he is God as well. One God, many forms. Who else do you recognize? Yes. Where's Ram? Yeah, that's not Ram. Who's this? Yes. Shiva. That's right. Where's Ram? Ram is here. Yes, that's right. That's right. You got it right. So this is Ram. What distinguishes him? What is he got in his hands? Yes.
He got like a. He got a.
Somebody help him.
Yes, a bird.
Yes, bow. Bow and arrow. He came as a warrior, as a prince. Later on he became king. But he's actually God. Who's next around? Sita, that's right. And a really tough question. On this side, who's this? Who's this? Yeah? Lakshman, well done. The younger brother of Ram. And there's one more personality here. Very famous personality. Yes, Hanuman, well done. Excellent, excellent. He's also here. Hanuman is one of our favorites because he's such a lovable person. He's not God, he's a great devotee of God. And that's why he's seated here at the feet of God. Anybody know this? This is a really hard question. So this is Chaitanya. Can you say that? And this is Nityananda. So God lives in the spiritual world, according to Hindus. But he comes to our world. This is the material world. He comes to our world because although we have forgotten him, he hasn't forgotten us. So he comes to our world to remind us of himself. So Ram came like million or so years ago, very long time ago. Krishna came 5,000 years ago. Shiva has always been in this world. Chaitanya and Nityananda, they came only 500 years. And they came in this difficult age of Kali Yuga. We call it Kali Yuga. It's like the Iron Age. And in this age, there are so many distractions that it is very difficult for us to focus on spiritual matters. So they came 500 years ago and showed us how we can, even in this age, worship God. They are God themselves, but they came as devotees of God to show us how to worship God in this age of Kali Yuga. So, let's introduce Shiva a little bit more. Who's next to Shiva? Anybody know? Really tough question. Yes. Lakshmi and Narayana together, or Lakshmi and Vishnu. This is Parvati. Can you say that? Now Shiva is a really very interesting personality. When God wants to touch this world, he transforms into Shiva. Shiva has been in this world since the beginning of this particular world. Because God doesn't directly touch this world. But when he wants to touch this world, he becomes as Shiva. Shiva is God, but at the same time, he isn't God. He's a great devotee of God. So it's a little bit confusing. But he's a really wonderful personality. Okay, anybody else on the altar? Do you see? Yes. Ah, are you referring to this picture? Actually, I was thinking it's Lakshmi or Saraswati, but actually this is Mother Ganga, the Ganges. Have you heard of the Ganges River? So it's a very holy river, and her personification, she's actually a person. This is what she looks like. Anybody else on the altar? Have I missed anybody out? There is one person. Yes. Not that one. Yes. Yeah, well done. You've got sharp vision. Yes. Who is that? Yes. Sorry? Yeah, that's another name for him. We know him as yeah. Starts with a G. Ganesh. Oh, Ganpati, so many names. So, Ganesh also is not the supreme lord. He is actually given his powers by God. And he is actually got extensive powers. He is the Lord of auspiciousness. So, and good luck. Many students worship Ganesh, pass their exams, because he removes all the obstacles. Now, so he's actually very amazing personality, but he's not God. So he won't kill you. Yes.
Why are there apples there?
That's for you at the end. I hope you like apples. Who likes apples around here? Very good. Thanks. Thanks. Okay, any questions? Anything you want to know more about on the altar? I've introduced you as much as I could. Yes.
What is the
Okay, what is a tiger? All of these personalities generally have a carrier, somebody they travel on. Shiva has a bull, his carrier. Parvati has a tiger for her carrier. That's how she moves around. She's very powerful personality. Good question. And actually, they also have names. I can't remember the name of the tiger, but the bull is called Nandi, and is actually a very special person, very unique person. Any more questions?
why is that shells?
Right. There's two types of shells. This one, so when the devotees come, the priest, they do a ceremony. Every day, at least one ceremony, if not two or maybe three ceremonies. Before starting the ceremony, they blow this conch. I used to be able to blow it, but can't blow it anymore at the moment. So they blow this conch. And then they would do a ceremony. We call it puja or arti. Have you heard those names before? You have. So this is like a puja tray. There's different things on this tray. And the first thing the priest would do is light an incense stick. And then the priest would ring a bell, and at the same time, in a circular motion, offer this incense to their lordships like this. And the idea of doing that, the idea of doing this puja, is actually to thank God for everything He gives us. So this particular rite, we're thanking God for the air that He gives us. Can we live without air? There's a side point. Some people will tell you, God does not exist. I can't see Him, so He doesn't exist. Well, can you see air? No. So are you saying air doesn't exist? We know air exists because without it we can't breathe. So we also know God exists because there is such fantastic order in this world. The sun rises every morning, sets every evening. The planets revolve round so nicely without crashing into each other. There's wonderful order in this world, and there's a hand behind that order. We believe that's the hand of God. So, with this incense, we're thanking God for the air that we breathe. The next thing the priest would offer to the Lord is a fire, a lamp. So this is a ghee lamp. We put some cotton wool with a little bit of clarified butter or oil. The priest would light it. And then again, in the same way as the incense, the priest would offer this in a circular motion by ringing a bell. And the mood of the priest is a very humble mood. appreciative mood, thanking the Lord for, specifically when we're offering fire, we're thanking Him for many purposes. One is, thank you for the light of knowledge that you have given us to destroy the darkness of ignorance. Another thing we thank the Lord for is He gives us food that we eat. We are able to cook that food, or most of it, with fire, so that we can eat it and digest it. And the third thing is, even within us, there's a fire. Did you know that? Did you know there's fire within us? Where's that fire situated, do you think? Anybody want to have a guess? Yeah?
Yes, you were in your heart.
No, not quite in the heart. Yeah? Not in the lungs. Getting closer. No, definitely not in the head.
In your chest.
No, getting closer. Where?
So,
In the soul. Ooh. Ooh, we'll come to that a little later. In the stomach. Have you heard of the fire of digestion? Everything we eat eventually ends up in the stomach. And then there it gets digested through this fire, the special fire within pulls. And that fire turns that food into energy, gives us the energy to function. So we thank the Lord for fire within us to help us digest the food. Then, oh yeah, come back to your question. I got there eventually. In the second shell, this one doesn't have a mouth. You can see this one has a mouth you can blow into it. This one has no mouth, but it's considered very pure. So we put water in here, and then we offer that also to the Lord in a circular motion, thanking Him for the water He gives us to drink and sustain ourselves. It's very hard to live without water. Not drinking water for 1 day is just about okay. I can manage it. For 2 days, it's very, very, very hard. So water is very important. Thank the Lord for giving us so much. Then we offer handkerchief, flowers, some fans, different things, all in a mood of gratitude and appreciation. So this is very important to understand. We should be very grateful, not just to God. We should be very grateful to our parents, for looking after our teachers, guiding us, teaching us. Should always be in a mood of gratitude. Don't take anything for granted. Is that okay? Learn to show your appreciation. Very important. Okay, any more questions? Yes.
So how many years are there?
How many Mandirs are there? Wow, good question. Not many in this part of the London, if you like. Maybe a few. But in India, my goodness, so many. There's one town called Vrindavan. That's where Lord Krishna had his childhood pastimes. 5,000 temples. And it's not a huge town. 5,000 temples. I just come from there. I visited 10 of them. 10 main temples. But there's lots of them. Especially. And mandirs are very important because they are used as a place where the people gather, learn about God, talk about God, sing about God. This is like almost like a community center, if you like. Very important place for people to gather, like-minded people to gather, learn about something. Yes. Yeah, that's our logo, if you like, almost like our logo. But yes, you're absolutely right. The symbol in the middle there is the symbol Om. And Om is another name for God, according to Hindus. Yes.
Why is there food?
Why is there?
Why are their hands raised?
Oh, why are the hands red? Actually, that's a question asked a lot. We all got red hands, right? Good question, yeah. We got slightly red. They got very red hands. With this hand, and especially the way they're holding it, they're blessing us. They're wishing us good luck. They're wishing us auspiciousness. Yes.
What is that?
What is this one?
Yes.
Okay. Again, sometimes some devotees put some clarified butter or oil in it and light it. And it stays alive a long time, like 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. And it just looks very nice. It looks really, really devotional. Yes.
Like red pancakes in your food.
Oh, right. Actually, this is a cow. Now, you may have heard, actually, according to Hindus, all life is very sacred. But the cow is especially important because when our natural mother stops giving us milk after we're born, then Hindu scriptures explain that it's very healthy, nourishing to drink cow's milk. Improves our intelligence as well. So cow is regarded very important, so important that even Krishna worships the cow. God himself worships the cow. You see how important. So she is often decorated, sometimes with handprints. As I said, I just came from India. And every day I would see some cows beautifully decorated, or put some nice cloth on them. Somebody would be doing the same ceremony to the cow as well. So she's regarded very important. He, in fact, when he came to this world, he looked after 900,000 cows. It's a lot of cows. Lot of cows. Yes. Ah, this is a trident. Shiva. He is when it's the time to finish the universe, destroy the universe. At that time, he's the one who does it. He finishes it in a timely manner. And he uses the trident. Trident is his weapon, if you like. Yes.
What is that thing down the arm, like she's holding in that right hand?
Oh, here. You mean
Yeah,
this?
what is she holding?
This is Hanuman. He's holding a mace. You know, a mace. He uses the mace to fight. Yes.
And how old is it?
How old is this really? Excellent question. Now, some people say it's 5,000 years old because that's when this book was spoken, the Bhagavad Gita, which is our most important holy book. And so some people give that timeline, but actually, Krishna explained in this book that this knowledge, which we're talking about, it was given by him to the sun god, Ikshvaku. And that's a long time ago. That's like 155 trillion years ago. It's a long time ago, right at the beginning of creation. This knowledge is also said to be Sanatan Dharma. It's not actually Hinduism. Sanatan means eternal. Dharma means religion, rules. So it's eternal religion. Oh, put your hands up. Let me just, you got to learn. Let me just tell you a little bit more about what Hindus believe. So we talked about God, many names, one God, many forms. Now, who are you? Let me ask you a couple of questions. Who are you? People. Good. What else? Yeah. Humans. Anything else?
We are not cold-blooded.
Cold-blooded, did you say?
We are not cold-blooded.
Not cold-blooded. Some of us are very cold-blooded. I'm one of them. Yes. Children. What if I told you Hindus believe that we are not this body? Anybody would agree with that? So let me ask you 3 questions to show you what I mean. How big were your bodies when you were born? Show me. Do you have the same body today? Are you the same person?
Yes.
Good answers. So you can't be the body because you told me yourself the body changed from a baby body to body of a young man now. So you can't be the body. It's completely changed. But at the same time, you're the same person. So the very first instruction in this book, given by Krishna, is that we're not this body, but we're something called the spirit soul. That's living in this body. This soul is spiritual in nature. How long do you think the soul lives? Yes, that's what Hindus believe. The soul, will never die. This body will get old and diseased. What happens to the soul when it leaves the body?
Did you rebirth?
Right, get another body. What's that called? Yes,
Reincarnation.
reincarnation. Excellent. So Hindus believe in reincarnation. We may have had lots and lots and lots of bodies in the past, and we may continue to have lots of bodies in the future. What will determine our next body? What do you think will determine our next body? Yes. Very good. Well done. Behavior. Absolutely spot on. If we behave well, we'll get good back. If we do good, we get good back. And continue on our journey of self-esteem. If we're naughty, we'll get punished. What's that called? Yes.
Karma.
Karma. The Hindus believe in karma. By our behavior now, we are building our next body. And we are really fortunate. You are really fortunate. Because we can improve it, we have attained this human form of life. This is the highest form of life. And we can get better and better. You're so fortunate, you're going to such a wonderful school. Where the teachers want to teach you so much. Learn as much as you can. Improve yourself by knowledge. Get better and better and better and better. What Hindus aspire to do, we want to come out of this cycle of birth and death. We've been in it for so many lifetimes. So we want to go back to where we came from, which is the spiritual world. And how we do that is by becoming more and more God conscious. If we link with God, the more we link with God, the better chance we have of coming out of this cycle of birth, living with the Supreme Lord in the spiritual world, where there's no more birth or death. So this is, I've just given you 3 or 4 basic Hindu principles. Any questions? Yes. Why there are apples? Wait, a horse. Where's the horse? This one here. He's actually a bull. Yes.
What's the people in that bit?
Peacock, yeah. Peacock, the Lord loves peacocks, yeah. It's the feathers of beauty. So amazing beauty. And you know, this is the British school has 10 or 12, maybe more peacocks. Amazing peacocks. Yes.
Why is there a symbol above everything?
Right. Nice question. So these symbols are called yantras. And yantras are very powerful in gathering universal energy to give us the strength to meditate even more stronger. So the idea of the yantras are they are two-dimensional images of the mantras that we chant. And they really can assist us in our meditation. Yes. Ah, okay. Yes. Very nice question. You know the swastika? Swastika. Do we have it in? Not sure. No, but there we go. It's the Germans used it in the war. They unfortunately pinched it from the Hindus. But it goes like this. It's like pointing in all directions. It's saying let there be peace in all the directions. Yeah, it's maybe you can Google it when you get that. It's swastika. Is it? Yeah, I think it's so. Yeah, maybe you can. Yes. How many years has this religion been around? As I mentioned before, 5,000 years at least, but actually it started from the beginning of time. It's not really a religion as such. It is a way of life. It is something much, much more than this. Yes. Or if the soul just gets extinguished, completely finishes, it won't happen. Just like God is eternal, so are we, and will always remain individual soul. It never gets destroyed. And in the Bhagavad Gita, the book I was mentioning, Krishna describes how the soul cannot be cut, cannot be burnt, cannot be dried. So many qualities of the soul that is. Yes.
What is about Krishna?
What's above Krishna? You mean the sign symbol there? The symbol here?
What is above Krishna like that bird?
The peacock. Yes, a peacock. Yeah, yes. Say that again, a little louder. When you go to the temple. I said, oh, that's a South. Are you from South India? That's a South Indian. I'm not too familiar with that. Yes. What happens if it gets burnt? That's why we don't play with fire. Dangerous thing to do. Yeah, somebody did burn something here. Any more questions? Yes.
Can you show them the picture?
Yes,
of
please,
swastika?
please. Ah, yeah. This
And
is
can you
a
see?
symbol showing peace in all directions. Thank you. Very good. Yes. What happens if you put hand bag in your previous life, right?
Good or bad in your previous. So basically, what's happening if you're bad, what happens, and if you're good, what
Okay.
happens in your next life?
Excellent. Very good. So if you're really, really good, say you fed people all your life. Whoever's hungry, you give them an apple. So that's a really good activity. In your next life, you'll get the benefit. You might even go to heaven for some time and enjoy a very happy life. But then, when your good karma bank account is finished, you come back to earth again, you start again. If you've been really bad, not that any of you will ever be bad, then you may get punished. You may even go to a place called hell for a short time. It's not eternal. Short time, just to suffer for the crazy things that you may have done. And then you come back to earth again and you continue. There's no such thing as eternal damnation. Yes,
What do flowers?
flowers. Flowers are very natural, very beautiful creations of the Lord, so we like to offer them back to the Lord. So any beautiful flowers, fragrant, in season, we would buy those and offer them to the Lord. As part of our love, our demonstration of our love to the Lord. Yes. Have I been to? Kumbh Mela. Wow, what do you know about the Kumbh Mela? Okay, very good. I haven't actually been to the huge Kumbh Mela celebrations, but they also have something called half Kumbh Mela. So like halfway through the Kumbh Mela, which is like every 6 years, they would do a half Kumbh Mela. So I've been to that one, it's really nice. But a full Kumbh Mela, that's quite challenging. There's like millions of people to go there at the same time. It's pretty tough. And also it's usually during school time. And I don't tend to go anywhere when the school is on because I like to come to the schools to talk to children at this point. Yes,
We learned that was a good year, that at least at the church went to the.
Kumbh Mela once, right? So when you go, I'll come with you, okay?
Yeah.
You'll have to carry me, yes. Okay.
Was like a tiger in that.
Right, the tiger is her carrier. So she, when she wants to go somewhere, she gets on the tiger. She's very powerful. The tiger is very obedient to her. Yes.
I can't see this more.
Why can't she walk? They usually live around the mountains, so it's really tough sometimes. But also, she is extremely powerful. She is like, she's like the, she keeps the order in this world. So, she's like a prison housekeeper. We're like in a prison or a hospital. We're like in a hospital. We have the disease that we've forgotten about. And she makes sure whoever's diseased stays in this world. And the cure is very easy as well. Cure is just to remember God and we can get out of this world. Just like in every town and village, there's going to be a hospital, many hospitals. The people who are not well stay in those hospitals. They get cured. So we're in this hospital, waiting to get cured. Yes.
Who's the powerful out for me?
Who's the most powerful out of them all? One God, many forms. They're as powerful as each other. But the original, in many scriptures, many important scriptures, is described to be Krishna. He's the first. It's like when you have one candle, you light another candle. Both candles are going to be the same strength. But he's like the first candle. Who had, yeah.
Why is there flowers around you?
Flowers, we like decorating the Lord with flowers. The flowers are very natural, very fragrant, very beautiful. And anything that's like that, we want to offer that to the Lord. Sometimes we make garlands with that. Yes,
How many times do Hindus get reborn?
right. It's countless. Countless. Billions, trillions, who knows? There's 8.4 million species of life, different species like aquatics, plant life, animals, humans. We've been through each one of those many, many times. Now finally we got this human form of life. Let's not waste it. Yes.
How many times do Hindus pray, Jenny?
Right, very good question. How many times? Okay, my practice is as soon as I wake up, usually around about 4 in the morning, have a quick shower, we start praying. On beats like this. There's 108 beats on this set. And on every beat, we would chant. So I'd sit and we chant this mantra which I was singing when you came. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, 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 Ram. That's on one beat. And then we move to the next beat, say the same again. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram, Ram. Move to the next beat. Chanting every single beat all the way around. It takes about 7 minutes. And we do that 16 times around every single day. 2 hours. The first 2 hours of my morning are in meditation. My wife chants 4 hours a day. She's got nothing else to do. And she's busier than I am. So once we've done the 2 hours, then we do our normal duties, whatever they are. I have a temple, not like this, but quite big at home. I spend an hour worshipping the Lord. And then during the day, if I'm lucky, I get to talk to students like yourself. And then I do a little bit more chanting when I have time, do a little bit of reading, we do online seminars. And then after that, we would chant a little bit more if we had time. We try to, throughout the day, fill our day with prayer. But it's not boring. In the beginning, it was hard to do that. But then, when you realize that the Lord is our best friend, and this is our opportunity to spend some time with Him, then it becomes pleasurable. Excellent question. Yes.
What's that like star in the picture's face?
You mean on the city?
No, like over there, David.
Probably earring. Ear. No, nose ring. Yes, nose ring. Okay, who has not asked? Yes. Yes. Oh.
Oh, so what
Feel good and bad. A mixture of both, which is what normally happens, right? We do good things, and sometimes we go a little crazy. We do something crazy, don't we? What happens? So, for the good things, we get good things back. For the bad things, for the naughty things, there will be some punishment. But if we realize, oh no, why did I do that? And we pray to the Lord, please, my dear Lord, I did this, I was crazy, I made this mistake, please forgive me. Then He will forgive. Yes. Yes, many times. It just came from that. And we went to amazing places. You may have heard of these. Haridwar, Rishikesh, Prayag, in Varanasi. And we were following the route of the Ganges. And we were bathing wherever we could. The fascinating place to be. Anybody who hasn't asked a question would like to ask, has not asked, and would like to. Okay, go on. Yes, lotus is very important. Here you can see Ganga is sitting on a lotus flower and she's also holding a lotus flower. What the lotus flower is so important because it shows how the lotus generally will be above the water. The stem will be above the water. It's generally in low water and it's rises above the water. So the lotus is an example for us how to live in this world, but not be affected by the madness of this. It's very nice flower. It's used often. She's holding one lotus there. She's holding a lotus there. Very powerful. Now I wanted to. Time is always so short. Good questions, guys. Really good. And you guys have been very impressive. Your behavior is superb. You're amazing credit for your school and your parents. But I wanted to share something with you, which I think you're very good candidates for this. If you might take a little 5 minutes. Let's do this. It's a little bit of meditation, but it's very practical. And I'll demonstrate how practical it is. So firstly, you can sit with your legs crossed and you put your hand, your thumb and your index finger together, resting on your knees. And the order is breathe in from your nose and breathe out from your mouth. Breathe in. And then breathe out. Even this is alone, it's so important. Just breathing. Breathe in. Breathe out. We hardly use our lungs nowadays, maybe 10 or 15%. We hardly breathe properly. So just breathing in deeply, breathing out, alone can relax deep. So let's do it with the eyes closed. Okay? Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Now, Hindus often meditate using the symbol Om, the sound Om, like this. Breathe in. Om. One breath. That was really nicely done by I want us to do that 5 times, right? But whilst doing it, I want you to absorb your mind. See what that mind is doing, right? If your mind goes somewhere, like what's for lunch, some television tonight, what's mom cooked for dinner, bring the mind back to the sound. Try to focus on the sound. 5 times. Eyes closed, shoulders relaxed. Breathe in. Om. As long as you can hold your breath. Breathe in. Om. Focusing on the sound. Number 3. Breathe in. Om. Eyes closed. Breathe in. Om. Last one. Breathe in. How do you find out when you're doing it? He's very relaxing. Did anybody manage to keep their mind focused on the sound throughout those 5 charts? Did anybody's mind go somewhere? So where did your mind go, please?
Mine went to the, are they all doing it properly? I'm gonna have to open my eyes and check.
That's teacher's responsibility. Where did your mind go? Hold on. Did you bring it back to the sound? Anybody else? Anybody's mind went somewhere you want to share? Yes.
Flying on clouds.
Went to your house.
No, flying on clouds.
Oh, did you bring it back again to the sound? Yes, where did your mind go?
What's for lunch? Lunch is very great thing.
Okay, so if you were able to focus completely, then that indicates that your mind is your friend. And if you weren't able to focus, brought the focus back to the sound, that also means your mind is your friend, because you were able to control the mind. But if your mind stayed away, didn't come back to the sound, perhaps your mind may not be your best friend. So I'll give you an example. Your teacher tells you, I don't know if this is the case or not. You have an exam on Monday. And if you don't pass, you're going to be chucked out of school. Of course, I know it doesn't happen anymore. So you go home, and the whole weekend you play with your brother and sister. You don't study, thinking, no problem. I'll get through exam. I know it all. Then maybe your mind is not your friend. But if you go home and your mind tells you to do something, you say, no, I'm going to study because this is important to me. And you study the weekend. That means your mind is your friend. If your mind is your friend, you can achieve anything you want in your life. I promise you, you will achieve anything that you want. If your mind is your friend, because it means you will be very focused on what you do. But if your mind is not your friend, then it's not a problem. You're very young. Learn to train the mind. Learn to control the mind. The mind wants you to do something which you know is not going to be good for you. Use the intelligence to say to the mind, no, this is not right. Not what I do. So the mind can lead us in many different directions. Is that okay? What do you think? So, just a couple of minutes. What I wanted to do is also demonstrate to you how Hindus, when the ceremony is taking place, when the priest is offering the different items, often the congregation will be singing. And one of the songs that they sing is the one that is my favorite. I'm going to sing it 2 words at a time. You can also follow if you want to. You don't have to sing if you don't. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Sri Rama, Sri Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That's a little louder, little faster. Play it simple. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Sri Rama, Sri Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. One last time we ignore that. Excellent singing, and we are almost out of time. Any final questions? Yes.
Why is there clothes of women?
Clothes, we just keep different things like books, instruments, clothes for the Lord Jesus. Yes. Basically, they assist us in meditation. They're called yantras. And what they do actually is they invoke different universal energies to come. And when we're sitting in front of them in meditation, that energy comes into us. Very, very powerful. Yes. All right. Have you remember our past life? Good question. No, because you could be sitting next to the person who 10 lives ago stepped on your right toe. And you, whenever you see him, want revenge. Getting revenge. So the reason we don't remember is we'd always be very anxious, distressed, you know. Can you imagine, even in this life, somebody has a go at us a week ago, a month ago, a year ago, 10 years ago, we remember it. Whenever we see that person, I remember we did remember it. let alone life after life, remembering what's happened to us, what we've done to others. So luckily we start with a clean slate. Fresh mind, which is very good. Some people do remember, and there's a Dr. Ian Stevenson, he died now, he was an American professor who's done a lot of research on previous lives of various people who remember that. A lot of work done. Some people do remember. So I wanted to again share how proud I am of how respectful, how wonderfully you're listening, the question is superb, the singing was great, your home, the way you were chanting was really good, very mature. So I'd like to say thank you and Hare Krishna.
What do you say here for?
Thank you very much, that was great.
Okay, I think the teacher told me to do.
Okay, children, so you need to listen, you don't want to stampede. So,
Yeah.
Basically,
You're gonna
I
get
think
one,
the teacher will got this. We're gonna do one class at a time. So,
right, listen,
no,
instructions.
year 4. Stay sitting until your teacher tells you to rise. We are going to do one class at a time. Mr. Davies' class will stand up.
Right, the rest of you sit down.
There shouldn't be any talking. Well done to this classes who aren't talking. Parents at the end there, the talking should be. You have 2 in a way version. There should still be the same.
So anyone in my class, you don't have to have an apple, obviously. But if you'd like an apple, then please take one and say thank you, and then you can come out here and I'll understand.
You do it, leave them up there.
Okay, there.
Yes. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Amazing. Whatever you do.
I'm getting it. Read your video, guys. Turn off.
Thank you. Stand up silently. Okay. Thank you. The sitting is very nice. We are waiting our turn. You are beautiful as always.
Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Rama. Hare Rama.
I know they're watching us the whole time. They were watching us. Yeah, it's not cool. And that's not cool. That's cool. That is creepy. Big time. Hello. I'm on screen. I'm getting it. I said chicken. You did it. He almost did it. Why did he?
Hey, you guys.
Okay.